Hey everybody, this is Mega the Rat Man. I'm not a professional reviewer. I've never done a review before. I'm just shooting this on my iMac for a product that really impressed with. Um, this is a review for the Bogger Box mod variable voltage bottom feeder. I bought this myself. Had it for about a month now, and I remember when I was looking for a bottom feeder. I had a lot of trouble finding a video with any kind of information about this particular mod, and so the only thing I could find out there on YouTube land was a very looked like a very comprehensive video shot in Italian. So that was really hard for us Americans to get much information on. So I talked with Marcus, the maker of the bottom Bogger Box mod, and he said that I told him that once I got it and got a feel for it, spent some time with it, and learned the ins and outs, that I would go ahead and shoot a video, amateurish as it may be, and to put out there for those that might be interested. You can get the Bogger Box mod on at boggerboxmods.com, and he has several different versions of his box mods. This is kind of the top of the line. It's called the Variable Volt Bogger Box. They sell for $159.99, and of course there are different options that you can add. These are handmade wooden mods. He does offer quite a few different options as far as the woods that you can choose from, and does not charge any extra for a custom box. As long as you choose from the selection of woods that he has as available. Of course, there are certain woods that are like burls and some of the high-end exotic wood ebonies and ones that you can pick for an additional charge. This particular one, I chose the wood. It's Hawaiian curly koa with the tiger maple, and there was an upcharge on that. He was one of the things I really liked about the Bogger Box is if you've looked at some of the custom handmade wooden juice feeders or wooden mods, some of them take up to 6 months or more for a custom box to get made. Marcus advertises on his site 15 days. He did not have the Hawaiian curly koa in stock, and I was still, from the time I placed the order to the time it arrived in my mailbox, 16 days. So very impressed with the turnaround time on that, and the customer service has just been phenomenal from the very first inquiry and post sale as well. I'll show you a little bit about the mod itself. It is, of course, it has the two-tone with the two different woods and the inlays. Kind of show you a little bit here. And again, I apologize for I don't have a professional camera. This is just shot off my iMac, so I've got horrible lighting, but hopefully you can get a pretty good idea of what it looks like. It's a beautiful box. You come up with a fantastic piece of the curly koa. You do get a choice of hardware on it. This is the stainless steel button and drip cup, and that is an upcharge $5.99 each for those, or you can get plastic Delrin for no additional charge on that. This is, again, it's a variable voltage mod. The voltage is adjusted through a screw. Try to get that showing there. Sorry about the glare on the light. So there you go. You can kind of see the screw in the bottom. It does send a keychain screwdriver that you can use with that to adjust it. One of the things I really liked about the Bogger Box, and kind of the reason I went with it, besides just the not having to wait for weeks or months to get one that was a custom, is I love the location of the squonk hole on it. That sounds terrible, doesn't it? Squonk hole. But it fits really nicely, and I can just squonk with the finger. I love the wraparound of it. So that works really well. I'll take it apart here. It's still a really tight fit even after a month. Now it does come that way, and he says it will be really tight, but eventually the lacquer will start to wear down just from friction, taking the door on and off. And he wants that to still be a good fit. It does have rare earth magnets, 2 of them there holding it, 2 of them in the body, and really clean finish inside. Let me go ahead and put it. Takes 2 18350 batteries, and that's probably the biggest drawback to a variable voltage feeder. I know the Rio Grande variable voltage, which I have as well, uses the same batteries. And 18350s, you know, for an IMR, about 700-800 miles is about all you're going to be able to get on that. So a little bit limited, especially compared to an 18650 on the time that the battery will last before you need to change that out and recharge. I'm getting probably about 3 milliliters of use before I go ahead and change the batteries out. And you can see the wiring real clean in there. It's all sealed in multiple coats of lacquer, hand rubbed, so a really durable finish on it. And it comes with an 8 milliliter bottle. It is a proprietary bottle. I'll kind of show you how that's set up. With it fits on the needle, and it is a little bit fiddly trying to get the hose onto the needle. You have to take the batteries out in order to do that. Maybe someone more experienced or nimble with smaller fingers than I might be able to do that with the batteries in, but I pretty much have to take them out to change that out. The bottles, it comes with an extra one with the top assembly. You can buy those extras on the site. Let's see if I can find out real quick how much that's going to be. Empty bottles. I want to give you the total on it. $349. Looks like for the assembly on that. So $349 for extra bottles. I did go ahead and order a couple of extras just to have different juices loaded up. I'm kind of a juice junkie, so I go with several different kinds. And try to get you some close-up information in their view there. You can see really good finish on the inside. The batteries are an extremely tight fit. You can see how big that spring is. That would be one, if I had to make a kind of a knock on it, it is a really, really tight fit to get the batteries in. I'll go ahead and put that in there. You got to kind of, and well, one thing with Marcus, he's had several requests to make a variable voltage readout and display, but he's really adamant on trying to keep the form factor on this as small as possible, and so it is an extremely tight fit in here. But as a result, you've got one of the smaller boxes. You can see that's a click in there, really tight, and then that's real snug in there. I mean, it does not move at all. Let's see what else we got. That's pretty much it for the inside. All of the electronics for the variable voltage are sealed in the bottom. You can see that underneath the battery and the juice bar, or juice bottle. Kind of a different shot there on the top. Door just fits right into place. Again, a really tight fit. You can see that you can barely, you can't feel there. It's a good shot though. You can see the line between it, but it's nice. Look how well the grain matches up there. I've got an HH357 LR atomizer on here, the long barrel. Really don't recommend a low res with the variable voltage. This was one that was given to me by a good friend of mine, JC Oki, on the ECF forums. I go by Ratman on the forums, and lots of great information there. But she gave me this so I could try one out. So I've got it on there, and I've got it turned down pretty low. Kind of give you an idea of kind of what it vapes at here. And I'm still getting the hang of this 357, so I'm not. It does put out really good vapor. Like I said, I've got it turned way down. Let me see if I can pull the side up and give you an idea what the range is on the voltage. Let's see here. Kind of give you a description again. You can kind of check out all of this. The dimensions on it: 4 5/16 inch tall, including the drip cup. Got a nice, generous sized drip cup. I really like that. I've got the Rio Grande, which I like as well as the Rio VV Grande. But I do love the drip cup on this, especially for someone new to bottom feeders. It's very forgiving, and it funnels down. I'll take the atomizer off here, you see how it funnels down into the bottom. So really nice forgiving drip cup on that. And ranges from 3 volts to 7 volts. So nice healthy range on it. Some of them's the variable voltage ones stop at like I think 5.5 volts. So I'm not a high voltage vapor myself, but I know some people really do enjoy that, and so it's nice to know you can go all the way up to 7 volts on it. I have tested it with a tester, and the pull down on my particular model, from the way it's set with the 357, tested it just yesterday to make sure when I got this in, pulls it down about 0.1 of a volt. So and that's even, you know, at as high a volt as I'd want to go with a 1.5. Overall, that's the Bogger box mod variable voltage model. If you have any questions, please feel free to shoot me a PM on the ECF forums. Again, my username is Ratman. Or leave a comment here on YouTube. Again, I'm not a reviewer, so I apologize for the low quality. There's certainly not a P. Busardo or a Grim Green level of quality here, but hopefully the information will help you out and kind of give you an idea what the variable voltage Bogger box mod is all about. Thanks for watching, and vape on, everybody.